Kevin J. Johnston here, freedomreport.ca. I'm with the lovely and amazing Sandra Solomon. Visit her online right now, please, at buyisrael.ca. That's B-U-Y, Israel.ca. Make a donation. Sandra is going in April 2017 to Israel to a large press conference to tell everybody in the Middle East who wants to listen what she's telling all of you right here and right now. Plane tickets, unfortunately, cost money. Give her a hand. Let's talk about this one. You mentioned in a conversation previously that you had to witness a beheading when you were living in the Middle East. Could we talk a bit about that?
Well, in Saudi Arabia, as I said, 100% Sharia law constitution.
Right.
Everything has to be according to the Quran, to the teaching of Muhammad, the Hadith. So usually in Saudi Arabia, after Friday prayers, when they do the Friday prayer, they go to a place, it's like a Danda square, like a square. They go there and they either do, the kids as young as like maybe 6 years, 7 years, kids, I was between 10 and 11. We witness, it's either the beheading or cutting off the hands, flogging, and many other, the Sharia law, when they say like the thief, the hand should be cut off. If someone get caught with the, thieving, they cut off their hands, right?
But this is done publicly.
This is done publicly.
Okay, so Toronto, Dundas Square. For Mississauga, Celebration Square.
Exactly.
For Montreal, what would be a good place downtown? I don't know. Well, Olympic Stadium. There's a lot of people there. Yeah. Imagine that. All that white concrete sprayed in blood.
Exactly. They do there, and I witnessed it myself when I was like between 10 and 11.
10?
Yeah. I still remember it. with a man like with a big saw. And they put, see the one they cut the wood on it? Like they put the wood and they put the person. And, I was lucky that time they had the person, the head with the bag. There was a bag over the head.
Right.
I covered. So, and with the big, huge sword. And the guy who would say, Allahu Akbar, and he will chop off the head. And we all witnessed this, and then after that, everyone were reciting Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. They will say Allahu Akbar. That's the word, of course, before every terror attack.
God is great.
Yes.
Cut off a guy's head.
Allahu Akbar, yes.
God is great.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful.
Allah Akbar, yeah.
So, the video that I saw.
Allah Akbar, it's not Allah great. Akbar, the word Akbar, it's bigger. It's not great. It doesn't translate great.
Oh.
The meaning of Akbar, it's when you say big and bigger. Akbar means bigger. It doesn't mean great.
So God is bigger.
Yes, because the word Allah, it came from a pagan. You remember Islam, it's also paganism. The pagan at the Arabic Peninsula, they would say, when they see the sun, when it comes, that's what they used to say. Oh, it's God. Allah, Ilah in Arabic, okay? God. And when the moon came after, they say Ilah Akbar. This God is Akbar because he came after. Like the sun is gone, you know what I mean? And then they become Akbar, right? So that's why it's the moon, the crescent. The moon.
Right.
That's why the crescent, the moon, because they worshipping the moon god. The paganism. At the Arabic Peninsula, there was many ways of like lots of pagan into it. People who worship idol, people who worship the moon, right? So it's a collection of paganism ritual. The Hajj, it's paganism. The Ramadan, it's paganism. Allah Akbar, it's the word came from a pagans calling the moon Akbar, bigger.
Wow. Okay. So
that's why the word Allah Akbar. And the first person who chanted Allahu Akbar when they're doing ghazwa or conquesting is Muhammad. He's the one who start using the word Allah Akbar for killing.
A battle cry before murdering.
Exactly. Or after.
Or after. Okay.
Or before raping or after.
What I was going to say is the one video I saw is they have executioners.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many, but it was a larger number, something like 30 national or state sanctioned beheaders.
Yeah.
And they wear a white gown with the white piece over top of the head. The sword is quite long, and they hold their gowns like this, and they step in. It's a long, and then if the sword is done or sharp enough, and it's done correctly, it's just one chop and the head comes off. And then what I saw was another guy was wearing those blue surgical gloves. He'll run over and grab the headless corpse and put his hand over the artery to stop it from spraying everywhere. But there's also either white or blue plastic all over the asphalt, so they can just roll the body up with all the blood.
Yeah. No, in Saudi Arabia, they will have a drain, like water, like a drain for the blood. Drain.
So the plastic one, this was not in any particular town. It looked to me like it was maybe on a military base or an airport or something. So
the Ghazwa of Banu Qurayza, like its attack when Muhammad conquest the Jewish tribe.
Right.
And one day, between 700 and 900 people, they did like a banner inside the world, like the ground. You know, when the people like they dig a long one.
Yep.
It's like a long grave, okay, and then they put the men beheading and throw, behead and throw. That's what they do. That's like exactly what ISIS are doing. Like, you know, they bring the big long like a big grave.
Yeah.
For like a large number of men, and they behead them and throw them. The beheading, it's from the Quran, like from the Quran. Exactly what happened to the Canadian senior man that Trudeau, he did not even comment about it, who got beheaded in the Philippines, and I protested in downtown.
Well, Trudeau's not going to say anything about that because either he's really stupid or he's being paid. It's one or the other.
Traitor. That's what he is.
He's a complete and total traitor.
So yes, I saw the beheading myself, and there is actually as well in a market in Saudi Arabia, there is a place where there is a blood hand on the walls to scare people, like the blood, and by the blood, like the handprints on the wall, to tell people if you do anything or whatever, if you steal, your hand will be cut off. It's like to cast the terror in the people hand.
Much like in the 1500s.
Yeah.
There would be heads on pikes outside of castles.
Exactly.
Now they've got bloody handprints on the walls.
Yeah, that's what they do.
God.
And also when they hang the gays, and they leave them hang for a while for everyone to see, like the homosexual, when they hang them, they leave them for a while hanged until the whole, like for 2-3 days maybe, for more people to see that.
That reminds me of the supposed medieval cage where they would lock you in a cage outside and leave you to die in the cage, and eventually you'd die, and then they'd leave your carcass outside, and again it's all for show. And this is this is Sharia law. 2017.
Yes, and here we're in the
Bloody
21st century in Canada. Boney and Trudeau and Ikra Khalid, we're not gonna let these people bringing the 7th century to 21st century civilized country like Canada, wiping off 150 years of liberty. Exactly. And even though I wasn't born raised in Canada, but sometimes I say it, our forefathers. Even though I'm not like born raised Canadian.
Because you're Canadian.
Exactly, because I feel for this country. Sometimes I say, our forefathers fight for this country. Yet I'm not, like I would say, born raised Canadian. But I feel for Canada more than first generation Canadian.
More than most Canadians, yes.
Exactly. That's what's bringing a sadness in my heart, to see Canadians are not really taking it really, really serious.
Well, I'll make a point then that I think is incredibly valid. The CN Tower, my understanding was it was finished in 1976, and it was called one of the 7 wonders of the modern world back in the 70s. The thing was 1,863, whatever it is, almost 1,900 feet tall. That is what this country built.
Yes.
And on top of that, the country also, before that, had the Gardiner Expressway in Toronto, a highway that was elevated and went right through town.
Yeah.
Big, amazing things were built here.
Yeah.
In 1967, we had the Expo here in Montreal. There's still a whole ton of those buildings that exist. I mean, just big, beautiful stuff.
Yes.
For the Olympics in the 70s.
Yes.
We have the Olympic Stadium.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. And these things aren't being built anymore. Oh, never mind that. This country built the freaking arm for the space shuttle.
Yeah.
And I remember that. I was in grade school watching black and white video of the Canadarm moving around like this and actually putting a satellite into orbit. We built an arm that comes out of a technically an airplane in space that grabs a satellite and goes, there you go, it's in orbit. Mm-hmm. And now we want to throw all that away.
Yeah, all these advancements in every aspect, like in medical and women rights and justice and all that, and freedom of speech, freedom of expression. And we want to just wipe all this history on our troops who's fighting the terrorists in these countries. So meanwhile, why they're fighting? Just bring them here home. They need to fight here.
Yes,
because
they do.
They're here.
That's right.
The terrorists are here.
Our soldiers need to understand.
Exactly. There is no
here.
need to go all the way to Pakistan or Afghanistan or or Iraq. Forget it. Just bring the troops, because we're gonna need the troops on the Canadian soil.
You know what's going to happen though when the troops come back?
Exactly.
Justin Trudeau is going to tell them to shoot you and I. That's what's going to happen. Yes.
Yeah.
And shoot all of you.
Yes, if the Canadians don't wake up and take a real serious action.
Are you listening, or are you guys not paying attention? I mean, I really hope you're listening.
I hope so.
Sandra Solomon from buyisrael.ca. Let's send Sandra worldwide. Make a donation. freedomreport.ca. I'm Kevin J. Johnston. Thank you very much for watching.